All right, hello and welcome. This is our Fit Essentials Basics class. My name is Shauna. I'll be leading you through. If you're wearing any blood flow bands, we've already added our air. So go ahead and do that. I'll be letting you know when we get to that 20-minute mark to let the air out. And we're going to go ahead and start standing today. We're going to do our standing cat-cow to get moving. So when you're ready, join me up on your feet. You're going to have to step on Moose's tail. You're going to set your feet right about hip width apart. Make sure you really draw the stomach in. And with that soft bend in the knees, you're going to send your hips back. Go ahead and bow down. Bring your hands to the bottom of your thighs. And then from here, for our cat-cow, you're going to exhale. Draw the shoulders forward. Draw your stomach into the spine. Bow your head down. And then on the inhale, nice deep breath in. Draw the shoulders back. Lower your stomach towards the floor as you look up and forward. That's our sequence. We'll take it through about 3 more times. Head forward. Breathing out. Breathing in, gentle arch in that spine, squeeze those shoulders back. Fantastic. Twice more. In through the nose if you can, out through the mouth. Final time. And then when you finish, go ahead and stand up, slide the hands up the thighs. Walk those feet just a little bit wider. And now we're going to take it into our tree branch arms. Flowing in the wind here. If you're comfortable to turn the head and neck as well, and make sure you keep that soft bend in your knees. Good. Loosening up through the spine. Fantastic. Couple more. And then think about gradually coming to a stop. So instead of abruptly stopping, just slow yourself down. Excellent. And then we're going to walk the feet in. We're going to practice a little bit of balance next. So if you want to stand next to a wall or a chair to steady yourself, you're going to anchor one foot down. Draw your belly up, squeeze those shoulders back, coming up onto one foot. And now some ankle rolls here. So you can hold on as needed, balance as able. Anywhere between 5 to 10 circles in one direction. And then we'll spin that ankle the other way. Boop, boop, boop. Hello, balance. When you finish that side, set the foot down, take note of which foot you are working, and then in between legs, we're going to circle the hips. 3 to 5 times each way. Reverse directions. Nice and smooth. And then go ahead and rest. All right, balance work on the other side, so hold on as needed. Draw everything up and in, squeeze those shoulders back. Ankle rolls on that opposite foot. Try to keep the shoulders down out of the ears. Very nice. Turn the foot the other way. And go ahead and rest that foot down. All right, excellent. We're going to get ready to move into our first circuit, some step jacks or jump jacks. And then we're going to be doing a cross body chop. If you want to have just a nice light weight, I'm going to use about 5 pounds here. So just nice and light on the first set. And I'll talk you through it when we get there. But just have your weight available. Go ahead and set it to the side. And then when you're ready, we're going to start with our step jacks. Or if you are someone that's comfortable to jump, you're welcome to go into a jump jack. For these step jacks, I like to get nice full circles of the hands. Go ahead and touch your index fingers together in front of your hip waist. And then if you can, up to overhead. Click and step. Good job. If you feel a little bit uncoordinated with the legs, you could also just get some circles through the arms. Good. We're going to go another 10 seconds here. Go. 2, 1, and rest. Go ahead and pick up that weight we were just talking about. Hold it right in front of the waist. We're going to walk the feet so they're about hip width apart. And now you're going to be mirroring me. So it's my right side, but for you, it'd be your left side. Bring that weight down to the left hip, kind of push that hip back as you bow down. And now we're going to think about throwing the water over the shoulder, bringing it up and over the other shoulder. Breathe in, bowing down. Breathe out as you pivot. And that left foot, as you throw it over the shoulder, you can pivot that foot slightly. Nice. Good, Shirley. Keep those weights a little bit closer. So elbows kind of bent, up and across. Smooth, Amy, down and over. On that left side, as you're pivoting away, try to squeeze the glute, flex the hip. So basically just trying to engage that hip. One more time, down, up, and pause. All right, just take a moment. Readjust the feet, draw the stomach in. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So soft bend those knees. Now it's your right hip over that left shoulder. Here we go. Breathing in, bowing down, breathing out as you twist. Wonderful. I love this movement. Really good opening for the front of the body. Also a nice activation for the back of the body. Breathing in and breathing out. Working those biceps just a bit as well. 10 more seconds. Strong stomach as you bow forward, driving it up and over. And 2, 1, and rest. You can set the weight down. We're going into some mountain climbers next, or an elevated plank. So let's go ahead and loosen up those wrists for just a moment. Kind of twist through the wrist, making some little circles, and then circle the hands the other way. I'm going to be showing this next movement elevated. I'm going to be placing my hands on my chair here. If anyone's comfortable to take it down to the floor, it's the top of a push-up position. Sorry, buddy. So when you're ready, go ahead and make your way to your station. Draw the stomach in. Place one hand down underneath each shoulder. Then you're going to walk the feet back, hips nice and level with the shoulders, and then either hold the top of that plank, or if you feel ready to move through your legs, you're going to pull your knee towards the same side elbow. Actively draw your stomach in and breathe out as you drive that knee up. Once you know the movement, draw the chin in, looking forward right between the hands. Halfway through, we're going to go another 15 seconds here. Breathing out as you drive that knee up. Breathing in as you place it back down. Beautiful. Maybe one more on each leg. Up, down, and rest. Fantastic. Come back to standing. That's our first circuit. We're going to just take a moment to relax that lower back a little bit. Just some little torso rotations here. Feet are planted, and I'm just rotating through the torso. 10 seconds, we'll be back to those step or jump jacks for our second round. All right, very nice. When you're ready, 2, 1, here we go. So either stepping or jumping, circling through those hands. This is our second of 2 rounds. It's a nice little warm up for the body, working these different movement patterns. Good. Great time to just smile. Fantastic. 10 seconds to go, and then we'll go back to those cross body chops. It's nice. Good circle, Shirley. Great work, Amy. And sorry, Moose, stepping on your tail. And take a rest. All right, going back to that weight. Light to moderate dumbbell. If you don't have a weight, you can also just interlace those hands and like make a fist with both hands interlaced together. Walk the feet about hip width apart. Draw the stomach in. Let's start from your left hip to your right shoulder. So when you're ready, I'm going to send my hips back, bow down, and then up and over the shoulder. I'm keeping that weight close. So it's up by my center of gravity. I can imagine if I had pockets in my pants, I would bring that weight to right about the pocket on your left hip and then up and over the shoulder. Allowing that body to pivot slightly as you rotate away. Good. That looks nice, Shirley. Good job, Amy. 10 seconds to go. Breathing in as you bow down. Breathing out as you pivot. Feel yourself draw your stomach in throughout. Final time. Good. Short rest. Take a nice deep breath, and then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So your right hip to the left shoulder. Here we go. Bowing down, and allow that right hip to pivot, or right foot to pivot as you come up and over the shoulder. Push those hips back. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice. As I bring that weight over the shoulder, I'm trying to squeeze the booty on your right side, my left. In and out. Fantastic. Almost there. Last one. And rest. Beautiful. Set your weights down, making your way back to your position for your mountain climber. Either that elevated position or down on the ground. As you make your way, spread the fingers nice and wide. So how wide can you spread from your thumb to your little finger? Stomach in to keep those hips level. And then when you're ready, go ahead and begin. Breathing out, knee comes up toward that same side, eyes looking forward. And oftentimes, or sometimes you'll see people really being very quick with the feet. I don't mind that, but just make sure you're holding level through your hips so you don't have a lot of bounce in that lower back. That's going to be a little bit more challenging on that lower spine. Exhale with that knee drive. Wonderful. 10 seconds to go. Strong upper body now. Really push through those arms. Keep drawing the belly in. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. All right. You can either stay on the ground if you're down there or join me in the chair. If you're on the ground, stay on hands and knees. We're going to go our mid-back rotations. Those of you sitting in the chair here, we're going to sit up nice and tall, draw the shoulders back. We're going to take one hand behind the head, opposite hand on the inner thigh. Breathing in, bring that knee or elbow towards the opposite knee, and then breathing out. Gentle rotation. Breathing in, lower down. Breathing out, sitting tall. Good. Let's go about 5 times on one side, then we'll switch. Fantastic. Same thing on the opposite side. Hand behind the head. Breathing in, lowering down, breathing out as you pivot. Pause in that open position, looking up and over that shoulder. Kind of think about following your elbow. Final time. Those of you that are on the floor, you can take it into a child's position, stretch next. Those of you that are seated in the chair here with me, sitting up tall, draw the belly in. Go ahead and slide the hands down the legs. Like a seated forward fold, you're going to get a similar stretch to that child stretch on the ground. And then breathe into the back of the body. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And when you're ready, making your way back up. If the water glass is nearby, go ahead and grab a drink and then meet me back up on your feet. Next circuit, we're going to be working a dumbbell row as well as some squatting. So you want to have that weight available for your dumbbell row. And we'll be doing a squat in between arms. Alrighty. So for the dumbbell row, you can support on your leg. I'm going to show it using the chair as a support. So I'm going to have my feet pointing forward, stomach drawn in. With a soft bend the knees, I'm going to bow down, place the one hand on that surface, the side holding the weight. You can kind of stagger that foot back just a little bit. And then when you're ready, we're going to reach forward with that arm and then draw that elbow nice and high. Breathing in as you reach forward, breathing out as you draw that elbow up and in. Once you know the movement, turn your gaze forward. So you're looking down at either your foot of that front leg or the hand. Nice. Forward reach, upright row. Breathing in, breathing out. You got it, Shirley. Nice work. Excellent, Amy. Good. About 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Make sure you take note of which arm you were just rowing. I've got the weight in my left hand. So see if you are the same or the opposite of me. In between sides, we're going to stand up. Set those feet about hip width apart. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to move into a squat. So you can hold on as needed. Send those hips back. Pull yourself up. You can also squat to a chair, sitting back and standing tall. Really key here to keep the heels planted down. Keep those knees pushing out. Wonderful. Breathing in, breathing out. This is our first of 3 rounds. So it's up to you. I'm going to show these sessions without any weights on the squat. But if you feel strong in your body and you want to add weights on the later rounds, you're welcome to it. 10 more seconds here. Breathing in, breathing out. And 3, 2, 1. We're going to transition back to that dumbbell row. I had the weight in my left arm last time. Now I'm going to be holding the weight in my right. So walk the feet in, toes pointing forward, draw the stomach in, support the one hand down. If the right hand's holding the weight, I'm going to step my right foot back. Nice long reach as you reach forward. And then when you're ready, here we go. Elbow high. We're going to go 40 seconds here. Breathing in as you reach, breathing out as you row. Quiet. Hey. No, she lives there. She's allowed to be there. No barking. Down and up. Hey. No. Stop. Keep it going there. Good. We're over halfway. 15 seconds left. Reach and row. Good. Keep that stomach nice and strong. I don't need you to bark. No, I don't need you to bark. Hey, stop it. You can be there right now. You don't have to warn me. Nope. Good. And rest. Nice job, everybody. Go ahead and stand up out of that dumbbell row. Oh, you're so tough. Set your weight down. And now we're going to go into our little side stretch flow. We call it where one hand reaches to the other thigh. Other hand reaches up to overhead. Nice and smooth. If you feel stable in your legs, go ahead and turn your eyes and turn your head so you look up to that hand that's reaching to overhead. Stop it. Stop it. I know you're trying to protect us, but you don't need to. Very good. Maybe one more each way. And take a pause. All right, the same surface that you used for your mountain climbers, our last exercise of this series is going to be working our push-up or holding that plank. So when you're ready, you're going to head back to that station. I recommend having those hands elevated, walk the feet back, draw the stomach in, and then either holding the top of the plank, or if you feel like you can lower the chest towards that surface for the push-up, lower the chest down, try to squeeze the tush as you drive up, and then watch the position of those elbows. So drawing the shoulders back and down, keeping those elbows in. Very nice. Sometimes as you lower down, those hips are going to want to sink forward. So hold strong there. Very good. One or two more. And everybody rest. Fantastic. Feel free to grab a drink. We're going to take 30 seconds rest. And then we're going to be back to the dumbbell row and the left arm. If you want to make any changes on the weights that you're using, stop it. Working. All right, let's get into position for that dumbbell row. I'm going to recommend holding the weight in the left arm. Left foot steps back slightly. You can support that hand down. And here we go for round two. Breathing in as you reach, breathing out as you draw that elbow nice and high. Depending upon your energy levels, how your body's feeling, you can either move fast here or with control, with a pause at the top. That's going to really help build that strength in that mid-back position. Stomach draws in the whole time, so make sure you protect that low back. Feel that gentle engagement through the belly. Good, almost there. You like to keep that shoulder blade moving on the torso, and everybody rest. Very good. If you remember, in between arms, now we're back to our squatting practice. So if you want to hold weight for your squats, you can. If that squatting is hard for you to get down low, maybe use your chair to help. So when you're ready, go ahead and begin. To use the chair, I kind of hold onto the armrest, making sure it's nice and secure. Then I send those hips back, and then I can use my upper body to pull myself tall. I'm going to use this to demo. Yeah, those of you that are already working, keep it going. A railing is great as well, so I can hold onto my railing, lower myself down, and then pull yourself back up. Fantastic. Good. Try to keep your eyes looking forward. So Shirley, head up, eyes looking forward. Good job. Nice work, Amy. Push those feet into the ground to help drive yourself tall. Maybe one more time. Controlling down, all the way up, and rest. Excellent work. All right, we're going to finish the dumbbell row on your right arm. And then those of you wearing the bands, we're going to let the air out. So make your way back to that dumbbell row. Draw the stomach in. Right arm this time, right foot steps back. 2, 1, when you're ready, elbow high. Breathing in as you reach forward, breathing out on that row. Very good. Nice position. You can just imagine you've got that little friend that has that string attached to the back of the elbow, and you're trying to see how high can you pull that elbow towards the ceiling. Focus to keep that shoulder down and out of the ears. Very good. 10 seconds left. Head and neck nice and neutral, looking forward. 3, 2, 1, and pause. Great job. We've got our push-ups to go, but I'd like to let the air out first. So push those little nozzles in. You can keep those bands on though, but just release the air. And then let's make our way back to your push-up station. If you want to lower yourself down to go a little bit lower to the ground, you can. Otherwise, the higher the hands, the easier it's going to be. When you're ready, here we go. Belly drawn in. Pull those elbows back and in. Pushing up. Eyes looking forward. Breathing in as you lower down. Breathe out. Push through. Excellent. Halfway through. If you get to where you're not going to be able to, you're not certain if you're going to be able to push up on the next one, or if you've got a dog walking underneath your body, you can just hold the top of that plank, draw the belly, and then breathe. Final 10 seconds. Make sure that low back doesn't start to arch. 2, 1, and everybody rest. Great job. All right, shake it out. We'll go back to that side stretch flow. Reaching up to overhead, peering up to that hand. All right, that was the second round. We're going to go one more time through that series. And now as we get ready for our final round, you can pick up a little bit heavier weights if you have the option. If you feel like you want to challenge your body with something a little bit heavier on the row, go ahead and get that weight now. We're going to start here in about 15 seconds. If your energy's a little bit low today and 2 rounds feels best for you, then just hang out. Maybe just move your body gently or take a seat before we go into a bit of a stretch after this series. All right. In your left hand, left foot steps back, stomach draws in, and 2, 1. Third and final round. Reaching forward, draw that elbow up and in. Sometimes our head will start to drop forward towards the ground. So try to pull the chin in. Try to keep the movement just through that shoulder blade and not so much through the head and neck. Good. We're halfway. Midline nice and strong. Doing great. 1 or 2 more reps. Down, elbow high, and pause. Great job. We've got our final set of squats. Coming up to standing. Walk those feet out. If you want to hold weights here, you can hold them in each hand. When you're ready, we're going to work on the depth. So reaching back, you can hold on with your upper body, sinking those hips down as far as your body will allow. Ideally, we want to go through a range of motion that doesn't, start to cause any pain, but it is pretty common. Bruce likes to call it the Tin Man syndrome or the Tin Woman syndrome. You got to get your body moving. Sometimes it's going to hurt a little bit if you haven't moved in that full range, but then ideally we want it to feel better as you move. If your body's ever saying like, hey, that's hurting more, and it's not like a muscle burn type of hurt, but it's like a hurting in the joints, then make sure you pay attention to that. Pause, don't push through pain. Finish that rep and take a pause. We're going to finish out with that final dumbbell row in the right arm. We'll start here in about 10 seconds. So toes pointing forward, stomach draws in. If the weight's going to be in the right hand, I'm going to stagger my feet, step the right foot back. 2, 1. When you're ready, here we go. We got 40 seconds on this final row. Reaching forward, drawing that elbow high. Good, building that strength for the mid-back, help us to sit tall, stand tall, help prevent or reduce pain in the shoulders and the upper neck. Good, we're over halfway. Nice work. If you didn't have the option for the heavier weights, you could slow it down a little bit, add that pause in the top, and then reach it forward. Almost there. And everybody done. Woo! All right, I haven't forgotten about the push-ups, but let's stand up in between. Just a little arm swing here, reaching in front, swinging the arms back. Super, and then we're gonna get set up for our final bit of push-ups. If your arms are done, then just simply hold the top of the plank. Make your way into that position. So I'm gonna use that same surface I was using for my dumbbell row. Place one hand and then the other. Walk the feet back, and then just really watch those hips. No sinking through those hips. Here we go. Lowering down, pushing up and away. It's great to challenge yourself, but I would prefer that you don't go to that breaking point. So I don't want you to come to where you're gonna not be able to do the next rep. Woo! Even though we're focused on the upper body here as we do that push-up, you'd be surprised how much that lower body is helping you. So engage the glutes, keep the belly drawn in, less than 10 seconds. You can hold the top of that plank to finish it out. And all done there. Fantastic. Walk it in, shake it out. We do have one more series coming up next. We're gonna be working some balance, but first we're gonna get a little bit of a stretch in. If anybody is short on time today, you can use this as your cool down stretch. Otherwise, we'll just use it as our in-between stretch. All right, I'm gonna use these little posts that we have here. If you have a doorway nearby, you can use a doorway. We're gonna open up the chest. So making your way to the doorway, or if you have a post, you're gonna bring the elbow up to about 90 degrees, anchor it down, step that same foot forward, lean into it so you can like open up through the front of the chest. And now I want you to turn your body away from the side you're stretching. Turning that head and neck. Breathing about 3 to 5 times here. Very good. Walk that foot in. And now I'll turn it around. Same thing on the other side. Bring that arm up so that elbow is nice and aligned with the shoulder. Lean into that position. Step that same side foot forward as you lean in, and then turn away. Let's hold here for about 5 breaths. Good. When you finish there, go ahead and come off that position. And now either hands against the wall or against that doorway, we're gonna push into that position, walk the feet back, draw the stomach in with a little bend in the knees. You're gonna lower your head between your arms. Get a nice stretch for that mid-back, kind of opening your mid-back. You wanna draw the belly in, but think about inviting your heart to lower down to the floor. And about 5 times to breathe here. As you breathe in, you kind of lift up out of the stretch. As you breathe out, that's when you can invite that heart to lower on down. Fantastic. And then making your way up out of that, walking the feet in, standing tall. Very good. Alrighty. Next, we're gonna do a little toe touch stretch. So we did a kind of a stretch from seated earlier, but now we're gonna stand tall, walk the feet in, make sure the stomach's in, hands on the thighs with that little bend in the knees, and then you're gonna gradually slide the hands down towards the feet. Just see where your range is today. Don't try to force anything. Maybe 1 or 2 more breaths into the back of the body. And as you breathe in on the next cycle of breathing, gradually start to come back up to standing. Fantastic. Alrighty, one more stretch before we go into our final series. You want to balance yourself. We're going to try to grab that foot for the quad stretch. So we're trying to grab the foot, okay? If you can't do that, you can also just stagger the feet and do our I Dream a Genie stretch, but working for that foot. There you go. Nice. You can challenge the balance. 10 more seconds here. When you're ready, go ahead and release that foot down. In between sides, let's circle those hips once again. Loosen it all up. Very good. And then turn those hips the other way. Give some relief for that low back and those outer hips. Very good. And now we're working for that opposite foot quad stretch on that second side. Grabbing on, pulling that foot back. Nice. Very good. Maybe 10 more seconds. Our next series, we're going to work a little bit of deadlifts. So if you have a little bit heavier weight, go ahead and release that foot. Feel free to grab a drink of water if it's convenient. And then we're going to be working our deadlift position. So for that deadlift, it sounds scary, like dead what? Think about a dead weight. So a weight, like I got my dog here on the ground. He's a dead weight at the moment, but if I try to pick him up, I bet he'll start to squirm. Not going to do that. We're going to stick to the dumbbells. You can imagine a laundry basket on the ground. That's probably a better example because that laundry basket's not going to try to squirm as you pick it up. Whatever weight you're going to use, go ahead and bring it on over. We're going to set it right between the feet, and you're going to straddle yourself right over top so it's close to your center of gravity. Draw the stomach in, establish a nice soft bend in the knees, and now you're going to send your hips back. Practice that long spine position as you reach down for your weight, and then nice and controlled, you're going to stand up, bringing it right in front of the hips. Draw the belly in, practicing that long spine position, bowing forward, and smooth the stand tall, stacking those shoulders right over top of the hips. Very good. Controlling down, standing smooth. Nice. Breathing in as you lower, breathing out as you come upright. Very good. Down and up. Find your rhythm. You know your body. If you want to move quickly, you can, but make sure you first know how to move with control. Another 10 seconds. Looking forward. So as I bow down, I want to look down towards the floor. And then as I stand tall, I'm going to look straight ahead. Very good. When you finish that last rep, use those same mechanics as you set the weight down, or maybe you are going to set it up on a counter or a table. And now we're going to be practicing our balance. So it might help if you want to stand your wall for this. Tandem stance. So just imagine you've got a balance beam right here in your area, and we're going to start with your left foot forward. So you're going to step your left foot forward, and you're going to bring your right foot as close as you can directly behind the left. Look to stack your shoulders over the hips, draw the belly in, and then breathe in as you raise those arms out to the side. So I've got my feet on the balance beam position, arms to the side, and eyes looking ahead. There you go. This is a great one. I can kind of stand near a wall if I need to steady myself. Draw those shoulders back and down. I got another 10 seconds on this leg. Awesome. Nice and level. And take a pause. Good job. Uncross the feet. Walk those feet a little bit wider. And now we're going to practice our toe touch to an overhead reach. So without any weights, we're going to draw the stomach in, reaching down towards the ground. You don't have to go all the way, just enough to feel a little stretch in those hamstrings. And then as you stand up, we're going to raise those arms, reaching up to overhead, squeezing the back of the body, trying not to go into that sway back posture. Good. So long spine, reaching down towards the ground. Yep. And then push into the feet, standing tall. Engage the back of your body as you raise your arms up to overhead. Fantastic. Let's go twice more. Stomach draws in, just a little bend in those knees, reaching for the ground. Once you feel that stretch in those hamstrings, start to stand up, engage those glutes, and then raise those arms to overhead. Wonderful. Final time. Bowing forward, long spine, push through the feet, squeeze the glutes, and reaching straight up. Beautiful. Go ahead and rest. All right, if you're not near the wall or if you're not near somewhere that you can balance yourself, feel free to head that way. We're going back to our tandem stance, this time with your right foot forward. Take my socks off. So I'm going to step my right foot forward. It'd be actually my left, but it'd be your right. And then you're going to bring your left foot as close as you can behind that right foot. Draw the belly in, stack those shoulders over the hips. Arms come out to the sides. Boop, boop, and here we go. So if you are holding on, see if you can just kind of let go a little bit and then hold on if you need. Practicing that standing upright position. And it's normal here to feel that wobble. We're working to protect or adjust against that wobble. Squeeze those shoulders back. Nice, Shirley. Final 10 seconds. 2, 1, and go ahead and rest. Walk the feet out. Fantastic. That's the end of set 1. We're just going to go back to our tree branch arms. Give a little bit of relief for that lower spine. Relax those shoulders down. And then we're going to go through it once more, back to the deadlift. Good. You can turn the head and neck, looking over the shoulder. Awesome. And take a rest. All right, before we jump into our second round, let's grab a drink. And then bring over whatever weights you want to use for your final round of the deadlift. You have a little bit lighter weights, but maybe you have 2 dumbbells. So I have 2 5-pound dumbbells here. I could hold 1 in each hand. And that's what I'm going to show this time. And I'm going to walk my feet in a little bit closer, and I'm going to hold the weights on the outside of my legs. So really key before we bend over, we want to find out, kind of like have some awareness on the midsection. So if the hips tend to rock forward, rock the hips back, draw the belly in. And then when you're ready with a soft bend in the knees, we're going to start to go into this final round. Bowing down, keeping those weights right beside the ankles, and then standing tall. Breathing in as you lower, bow the head down, and then breathing out as you stand tall, squeeze those shoulders back. Excellent. We're going to take another 30 seconds here. Just like always, if you want to move faster, you can, but I'd rather see you move with control. Going down, standing up. Breathing in as you lower, breathing out as you push your feet into the ground and stand. Fantastic. Looking ahead at the top, maybe 1 or 2 more times. Over and up. Yeah, just practicing those mechanics of daily life, picking up stuff off the ground, standing tall, and then as you go to set your weights down, practice what we just worked on. So keeping it close, lowering it down, and set those weights down. Great job. Just our balance work and a little bit of stretching left to finish our series. So after you set your weights down, if you want to move over to where you can help balance yourself, we're going to be making our way into that tandem stance with your left foot forward. So as you get there, we're going to set that left foot forward, draw up through the stomach, walk that right foot in. Just imagine you've got that balance beam there in your room. Belly drawn in, shoulders squeezed back, and 30 seconds starts now. So I'm just raising my arms out to the side. I can hold on if I need. Keep the shoulders down, squeeze those shoulder blades back. Very nice, halfway. Anyone that wants more of a challenge, you can close your eyes here, but I'm going to keep mine open. Looking ahead. Final 10 seconds. Keep lifting up through that stomach. That's going to help that balance. And 2, 1, and rest. Very nice. Walk that back foot out. In between legs. Last time we did the toe touch to the overhead reach. This time we're going to do our behind the back stretch. So I want you to walk your feet out, outside the hips. Really key here to kind of root your feet down into the ground. Draw the stomach in, and then we're going to look to interlace those hands behind your back. Extend those arms. Try not to flare the ribs. No arching the spine. And then you can send those hips back if you feel comfortable to do so. Pull those arms up to overhead. And a couple of nice deep breaths. Nice, really good. Keep holding strong in those legs. Maybe one more breath here. And then when you're ready, push through the feet, coming back up to the top. Release the hands. And then we got to balance out the body with our final tandem stance. So walk the feet back in, making your way back to the wall. This time it's going to be your right foot forward. It'll be my left foot. We'll start here in about 10 seconds. So you can kind of make your way into position, stepping that foot forward, draw the stomach up, place the other foot as close behind as you feel confident to do so. And then here we go. Arms to the side, eyes looking forward. Squeeze the shoulders back, draw the belly in. Yep. And this balance exercises are where I find that people get really hard on themselves. So try to be gracious with yourself. Remember, exercise is just practice. We're just practicing some skills and some activities for daily life. There you go. Less than 10 seconds, maybe a little gentle smile. And 2, 1, release. Yeah, great to see your smile. Step that back foot out. All done there. Fantastic. All right, cool down, stretch left. Let's go back to that side stretch flow. And then we're going to take a seat for our final stretches. Nice. Raise those arms up, peering up to overhead if you can. Reaching towards that opposite thigh. Good. Feels nice to stretch that side body. Reach and lower. Final time each direction. Good. Last one. And rest. All right, grab a drink of water and then meet me in the chair to finish. Yeah, Moose. Moose misses his dog door. He doesn't have free reign here, so he's feels a little bit more contained. Puppy doesn't really love that, but he's adapting. All right, everybody, as you come to seated, let's go ahead and just start with some shoulder rolls. So we're going to shrug those shoulders up towards the ears and then really focus to relax them back and down. Breathe in as you raise them up. Breathe out as they lower down. In and out. And then start to bring the arms into it a little bit more. Circling through those arms, opening that chest once again. Nice. 1 or 2 more. Good. Now we're going to bring our attention back to the legs. We're going to open up through the hips a little bit here. So sitting up nice and tall, be right up on those sit bones in the bottom of your hips there. And then as you sit tall, we're going to raise the one foot up, interlace the hands in front of the knee. Squeeze those shoulders back as you hug that leg in. And then we're going to try to cross the foot over that opposite leg. Reposition the hand on the outer part of the knee. And then draw that leg across the body. So looking to pull that knee towards the opposite hip. Long neck position, tall chest position. Hold another 10 seconds here. Feel free if you want to close those eyes for a moment. Very good. We're going to stay on this side of the body. And now we're going to move into our figure 4 stretch. So see if you can grab onto your foot. Try to reposition your foot so then you can lower this knee down a bit. Still sitting up nice and tall. And then we're going to hold this one for 30. So close those eyes and breathe. And also, I talk about this sometimes, this foot, instead of just letting this ankle be relaxed, see if you can pull those toes back towards this knee. So just engage the foot, pull those toes back. And now this hand is just very lightly lowering this knee down. Good. 10 more seconds left. When you're ready, go ahead and slowly make your way out of that position. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So sitting tall, the first one was that hands interlace in front of the shin. Squeeze those shoulders back and down, looking to cross that foot over the other knee, and then reposition the hands. Draw that knee over the body, or trying to pull it across. 20 seconds here. Open up that outer hip. Keep drawing the shoulders back. You should feel that mid back working as you pull that leg across. All right, now we're going to move into that figure 4. So if you can grab the ankle, reposition the leg, and then just a gentle pressure on the knee. And then remember, this foot here, instead of it being just kind of unengaged or relaxed, you're going to draw the toes, draw the foot back towards the same side knee. Good. We'll take another 20 seconds. Close the eyes. Feel your body breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more breath. And go ahead and unwind from there. Fantastic. All right, make sure you're sitting well on your seat. Come to the edge of the chair if you need it to make sure your feet are flat on the ground. And then if you can kind of bias your hips towards one side, hold on if you have an arm rest there, if you can hold on to the seat of the chair. We're going to take your opposite hand, draw the belly in, reach for the opposite knee. And then as you draw the stomach in, bow down, slide the hand down the outer shin, pull that chin in. And then the side that you're reaching away from is typically where you're going to feel that stretch. So take a few nice deep breaths into that area. Trying to expand your lungs. Open that rib cage. 2 more breaths. When you're ready, slowly come back up to seated. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. You can shift your weight to the opposite side. Holding on. Hand comes to that outer knee. Draw the stomach in. Slide down that outer shin. Bow that head down. And then about 5 nice deep breaths on this side. Sometimes you'll feel it in a similar area as you did on the other side. On this, today on my body, I feel it different on each side. When you're ready, go ahead and sit up from there. Awesome. And then our last sequence, similar to how we started, but this time we're going to do our cat-cow from seated. So go ahead and bring your hands to the bottom of the knees. As you breathe out, you're going to draw your shoulders forward, draw your stomach in, draw the chin down to the chest. And then when you're ready to breathe in, slide the hands up your thighs. I want you to pull your elbows back behind you, draw your shoulders back and looking forward. Good. Again, exhale, bow the head down, slide the hands forward. Inhale, lift the chest. Remember this movement when you're feeling stiff in your chair, like you can't move that mid back. Maybe you feel a little bit of tension in your body or even in your mind, worried about what's going on. It's a great time to take a pause and breathe into your body. Good. Excellent. Twice more. Breathing out, bowing forward, chin to the chest, get a nice gentle stretch in the back of that neck. And then breathing in, sit nice and tall. Maybe just a gentle smile as you sit tall. Beautiful. Final time. Bow it down, chin to the chest. Breathing in, sitting up. Fantastic. All right, final breaths together, everybody. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. You can raise those hands to overhead. Breathing in, elevate those shoulders up, and then breathing out, lower those shoulders down, spread the fingers nice and wide. Fantastic. Back in front of the chest. Breathe in some peace. Breathe out the stress. Fantastic. And then last time, let's breathe in some light. Breathe in some love, some harmony. Let go of all the worries. No worries. Be happy. Fantastic. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Here's a little round of applause. Your body thanks you. I thank you. Keep yourself active over the weekend. Happy Easter for those of you that are here live. Count your blessings, send some love, and we'll be here to move with you next time.